Willkommen zurück zu Folge 18 von Highway Blossoms. In der letzten Folge sind Marina und Amber zurückgekehrt von der großen Kussszene und haben sich so gefragt, hey, was machen wir eigentlich jetzt? Amber hat daraufhin die beiden Tickets für das Music Festival, auf das sie mit ihrem Großvater eigentlich hatte gehen wollen, rausgeholt und das eine Marina angeboten. Die hat sich super gefreut und danach haben sie überlegt, was machen wir bis dahin. Und Marina hat gesagt, ich will nach Las Vegas, also sind sie nach Las Vegas gefahren und dort gerade aus dem Auto gestiegen, um in ein Restaurant zu gehen. Fancy. The first few steps inside are sensory overload. A million different sounds and a billion different lights all pour from the sea of slot machines. Even at lunchtime on a Thursday, the majority are occupied. Marinas Gesicht sieht fast schon wieder ein bisschen gruselig aus, finde ich gerade. We both take a second, frozen in place, to try and process it all. This isn't even my first time in a casino, but I'm overwhelmed just like Marina is. I can see the reflections of a game in her eyes, like a cartoon character thinking of money.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Is this one of the most popular casinos?
Not even close. Like, it's big, but it's not the biggest.
Whoa.
I tug her forward.
Come on, we'll have tons of time to gawk with food in our stomachs.
The mention of food steadies her steps. Giant overhead signs direct the way to the buffet. Do they say buffet or buffet? Both just sounds wrong. Buffet is too French. They must be visible from any part of the building. If this place is famous for something besides the food, I don't know what it is. We can smell it before we can see it, even despite the stench of cigarettes and BO that are pretty strong here. What's BO? It doesn't smell like any one particular food item, but rather lots and lots of them. Guided by our stomachs, we half run towards the buffet. Buffet. No French in this Christian Let's Play. Sorry. The line to get in is small, since we got here so early. Marina hops up and down, trying to peek over the head of the bald guy in front of us.
Can you see anything?
Barely. It looks like it goes on forever.
The food on the line.
Good.
I practically throw my card at the attendant. It reminds me of paying to enter an amusement park, and I'm just as excited. Kreditkarte oder was? Ist das eine Kreditkarte? We'll head through a small gate and into heaven. Nice. Rows upon rows of stations form a small maze in the massive room. Deep bins full of food, fried or grilled or baked or roasted, fill nearly every inch of space in each station. Ich finde gut, dass einfach nur ungesunde Zubereitungsarten, okay, baked geht noch, aber fried, grilled, roasted, anstatt sowas wie heißt das, gedämpft. Gedämpft ist sautéed. Das hört sich wieder zu French an. Marina and I grab plates from the tall stacks nearby.
Meet you in the dining room?
She nods, already distracted, and heads straight for the dessert. I load my plate with a slice of prime rib, 2 rolls, and a scoop of mashed potatoes. I pour gravy over them, letting it run down and soak into everything else. For good measure, I also throw on a pair of chicken wings from a nearby basket. They're so fresh that I can see the steam coming off of them. Sprechen. I'm gonna need a second plate. Be moderate. I grab one off another pile and toss a small piece of salmon, some pot stickers from the Asian section, and a large spoonful of some sort of casserole. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was pot stickers oder casserole sind, aber ich habe keine Lust, das nachzuschauen. I can't even guess what it is, but it looks good. Everything looks good. Solely because I can't fit more food on my plates, I head to the dining area and pick a seat where Marina will be able to find me easily. Sure enough, she emerges just a minute later, carrying 2 plates like I did.
Wow. You weren't kidding about trying everything.
Tower plates. Instead of big portions of a few things like I got, Marina has 1 or 2 bites of a couple dozen dishes. Yeah, that's the way. Ich meine, so mache ich das auch, wenn ich ein Buffet habe. Meistens will ich alles probieren und wenn ich alles durchprobiert, dann bin ich eigentlich schon satt. Roughly half of them are cakes or other sweets. Oof.
When in Rome, you know?
Huh. I slice off a bite of steak and close my eyes in ecstasy while I chew. It's divine. Holy cow. Literally! Holy cow, yeah. Barely balancing her plates as she slides into the seat beside me, Marina bumps against my shoulder as she gets situated. I'm almost sent a forkful of potatoes into her lap.
Oops, my bad.
In retaliation, I spear a bite of chicken from her plate, swimming in some Asian sauce.
No fear!
It's double fair.
It doesn't even make sense.
After that, she finally gets to take her first bite. And she melts. Just like me, her eyes roll back into her head while she chews.
I don't even remember what this is, but it's amazing.
She scoops up another forkful of what looks like some kind of barbecue brisket and holds it towards me. Barbecue brisket, auch keine Ahnung, was das ist.
Try it.
I open my mouth and she guides the fork in. I pull back to chew. It's got a nice smoky flavor.
That is good.
Wait, I almost want to go get a whole plate of just that.
Yeah, it would be such a waste. You want to try everything. Then she tries the baked chicken that she has next to it.
Wait, never mind. This is even better.
There's a distinct lack of vegetables on both of her plates, but she seems to enjoy everything that she got. Every bite results in some statement about how it's the best thing so far.
Did you get any of this?
I gesture towards the slice of steak that I've almost finished.
Okay, open up.
She dutifully opens her mouth while I cut a bite for her. It's the best part, right near the edge where all the flavor is. It's a little awkward to be feeding her like this, but no one pays any attention to us. When she swallows, she sits still. Very slowly, she opens her eyes again.
That was literally the best thing I've ever eaten.
You've said that like 20 times so far.
I mean it this time. That was illegally good.
Now that doesn't make any sense.
It makes double sense.
Gramps always
We
used
love.
to say that the
Sorry.
best place to get a steak was at buffets like this.
Sorry, ich habe vergessen, dass We Love zu lesen. Oder es dann gelesen, während Amber schon wieder gesprochen hat, weil ich einfach weiter gedrückt habe.
Not because they're always better, but because you can just go up and get slice after slice. Although, he's the only person I've met who could eat more than one.
Marina chuckles with me, but it's nervous sounding.
I used to tease him for it. No one should be able to eat that much meat. He would always complain about him being too done. He cooked his own steaks to be kind of medium rare, closer to rare.
Gross.
Don't tell me you eat yours well done. Marina, I don't know if we can still be together.
She looks pained.
I'm just kidding, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But it doesn't sound like it. I shut up. It's probably not a good idea to talk about Gramps too much either. Our plates are mostly empty and I look back at the serving area dubiously.
Round two?
She thinks about it, then shakes her head. What?
I think I'd explode if I ate much more.
Yeah, same.
There's a soft flutter against my cheek as Marina leans over and kisses it.
Thank you for bringing me.
Yeah, no problem.
I instantly examine the hard plastic bench I'm sitting on. Too long passes by before I talk again.
So are you ready to go?
Oh, sure.
I can tell how on edge she is again. Good going, Amber. Nice. I lunge to my feet.
Just leave the dishes on the table. Someone will come by and clean them up.
I have no idea if that's true. I start to leave, expecting Marina to follow me.
Amber!
Huh? But I turn around. She's still in the process of getting up.
Wait for me.
First she has to brush her face with a napkin, then she drains the glass of orange juice she was drinking. Then she scoots out of the booth and hurries towards me.
Are you alright?
Yeah, sorry. Just felt kind of nauseous for a second. Probably ate too much.
Oh,
Okay, awkward. I doubt she's buying it. From the corner of my eye, I see her reach toward my hand. Then she seems to think better of it and lets hers fall back to her side. So, I grab it myself as I lead the way out of the casino. Outside, I take Marina's hand, but it feels limp inside my own. I let her lead the way down the street and towards the busiest part of the city. Steht der Eiffelturm. Sometimes stuff on the side catches her eye. Brightly colored sports cars that probably belong to millionaires pass by us pretty frequently. There are also people in bike-drawn carriages and double-decker tour buses. Besides the people, the buildings themselves all compete to stand out. Almost every storefront has something neon, flashing to get you to look at it. Toy stores, restaurants, sex shop, and more all vie for real estate. Within a 2-block radius, you could probably buy anything you ever wanted. Maybe a half-mile ahead of us, on the other side of the road, there are a few street vendors on the sidewalk. Ehrlich gesagt, so Street Vendors sind schon ziemlich cool irgendwie. Finde ich. Gerade wenn es um Essen geht, Street Food ist so geil. They have awnings set up to shade themselves and their merchandise, though it's too far away to see what they're selling. Marina spots them and points.
Ooh, let's go look!
But then her excitement vanishes.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, let's check it out.
With a hopeful smile, Marina starts to run. A red light at the crosswalk makes the stop not too far ahead. Okay, ich wollte sagen, Gott, ist die Situation, wo sie einfach rüberrennt. I catch up just in time for the light to change. Before she can dart away, I take Marina's hand. She doesn't object, but searches my face. So I smile, and she smiles back. I let her pull me to the vendor, who seems to be selling a little bit of everything. T-shirts cover most of a wire rack that serves as a wall. There are also bins of buttons, keychains, and other small trinkets. I have to bring some for my 10 siblings. One bin is full of tiny soapstone animal carvings, and those are what Marina goes for. I ignore the vendor and his Weasley small talk, refusing to be conned into buying tons of junk. After a minute, Marina selects a little stone coyote. I pay $5 for it. Practically robbery. We start down the road again, with Marina inspecting her new treasure. As Amber einfach aber auch außer alles bezahlt.
Why a coyote?
Hat sie Coyote gesagt? Nicht Coyote? Na, Marina kann schlecht bezahlen, sie hat kein Geld mehr dabei.
Why a coyote?
Coyote? Sagt man das so? Was?
I thought she was the cutest. Look at the way the color changes here.
She holds the little trinket up by my nose. There's a spot where the color changes from brown to milky white on one side of its face.
That is pretty.
Plus, wolves are pretty much my favorite animal, and coyotes are close enough.
Sie hat auch Coyotes.
Yeah? Have you ever seen a live wolf?
No, I wish. You?
Ja, bestimmt. Emma hat alle schon gesehen.
At Yellowstone a couple years ago, yeah. I begged Gramps to take me.
As soon as I mention Graham's name, I see Marina's eyes flit towards
What
mine.
else do they have there?
All kinds of stuff. Wolves, bears, buffalo, elk, deer. Pretty much any kind of forest animal.
And they just wander around, right?
Yeah. There are even places where you can feed some of them out of your car.
What about the meat eaters, like wolves and stuff?
There are spots where you can see them, but you can't feed them. They're still wild animals. It's not a zoo or anything.
I want to go there someday.
I'll take you to see them sometime. It's a cool place.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
I try to play it off like it's not a big deal to me, but talking about future plans, anything that would happen after the festival, ignites that sense of uncertainty in my chest. The way her eyes light up when I promise to take her both soothes and agitates the feeling. No matter what, I'm happy that she's happy. I follow behind as she darts from stall to stall like a hummingbird. They all offer more of the same, generic desert-themed trinkets or gaudy I Love Las Vegas merchandise. The sidewalks are full of these vendors who shout and try to get the attention of all the dozens of people who pass by. Marina's the only one who gets hooked in. But she doesn't ask for anything else. Maybe there just isn't enough Wolf Merchandise. Ah, erinnert mich an eine gewisse Person. Nur Wölfe statt Füchse. Füchse. Foxes, Füchse, Füchse. Genau. Every time she dives in to examine someone's wares, I hang back with my hands in my pockets and watch. Once she's done, we hold hands again. It's a nice cycle. Sorry. Cycle. Komische Assoziation gerade. Whatever. Egal. But all that changes once we reach the strip itself, with its electric architecture and eccentric population. I point out some of the more famous places, like the Luxor, which is shaped like a pyramid, and Caesar's palace, which looks like it was stolen from Rome. Marina's oohs and ahs in all the right places, though to my surprise she doesn't try to lead us to them. Instead, she seems dead set on taking us further and further down the road of sidewalk salesmen, like she's looking for something in particular. Not that I have any idea what that is. Sorry. She leads the way, looking from side to side, but never seeming quite to find it. Until suddenly she freezes in place. A large wave of pedestrian traffic behind us crests and spills around like we're not even there. Marina points ahead at one of the street vendors a few blocks ahead.
Found one!
Jetzt bin ich gespannt. I'm yanked forward once again, being dragged by her newfound enthusiasm. Rather than a bunch of cheaply made goods, the merchant she's noticed has a bunch of colored drawings of cartoon characters, barely recognizable due to the exaggerated style. Okay, jetzt bin ich gespannt. A sign beside them advertises custom commissions, $30 each. Oh, sie möchte ein Bild von den beiden, ja? I immediately understand what it is Marina wants.
No. No, no, no.
I try to drag my heels, but I'm tugged along by Marina. She's surprisingly strong when she wants to be.
Amber!
She says my name without even turning around.
This has been on my bucket list for years. It's happening.
Doch nicht mit ihr, sondern alleine?
What has? Getting ripped off by a street artist?
Having someone draw me.
My protest is going ignored. I fall and step and accept my fate. Ich finde immer noch lustig, dass sie halt alles bezahlen muss dafür. The guy manning the booth looks like he's completely out of place. He's wearing a flashy Hawaiian shirt and a baseball cap. When he notices Marina and I approaching, he sits up from a slouching position and grins. Shark grin. Predatory loans.
Hello, ladies.
Oh, ein neuer Voice Actor.
Hi there. We were interested in having our portrait drawn.
We. Die sagt we. Wird's doch ein Bild von den beiden? We weren't. You were. But I don't protest. I've resigned myself to going along with whatever she wanted.
Perfect.
Die Stimme gefällt mir nicht so ganz. He frames us with his fingers like he's going to take a picture.
You girls stand right there and get comfy. I'll get ready.
Vielleicht doch. He lurches off his wooden chair and grabs a sketch pad and a book of pencils and a box of pencils.
We'll do you two in color. How's that sound?
Great.
Does that cost extra? I just grimace. I'm not fond of having my picture taken, and this isn't much better. I just never feel satisfied with how I look. Ah, relatable. Wobei, okay, ich kann damit leben. That's why there aren't many pictures of Grams and me. Just a couple. Okay, ich fühle mich nicht gut. Dings da, Fotos. Ich hasse einfach, fotografiert zu werden, so ein bisschen, irgendwie. Ja. Oder für Fotos zu posen, beziehungsweise das finde ich einfach weird. I'll deal with it for Marina's sake. We stand under an awning, though its shade is little to help the heat. Marina shifts from foot to foot while I just wait with my hands in my pockets. Every so often, she turns to beam at me, though she doesn't say anything. Geez, not sure why she's so hyped up, but it's cute. The guy finally gets the stuff ready, all set up on an easel. Ich hab keine Ahnung, was Easel heißt. The piece of paper he's using is almost the size of my torso.
Go ahead and scrunch together now.
Nice. He makes a motion with his hands. Marina stands near me and I wrap one arm around her.
Closer?
Our shoulders are touching.
Closer.
Now we're cheek to cheek.
Haha, perfect.
Okay, ich weiß nicht, ob der Typ einfach lustig oder ob er ziemlich weird ist. Ahaha, perfect. And he stares at us with a smile for just a second long and then is comfortable. Okay. It makes his expression seem more than a little sleazy. What does sleazy mean? Before I can change my mind, he looks down at the paper and starts to draw. Sleazy, schäbig, anrüchig. Okay, unangenehm. We stand there, not talking or moving at all. Once, Marina starts to ask something, but he waves his hand without even looking up.
Wyatt, if you move, you'll mess it all up.
So she shuts up. I can feel her jaws snap shut since it's smooshed against my own. 15 minutes pass. My mouth is starting to get sore. I don't have any guesses as to how long this would take, but it's starting to get annoying. Even Marina seems to be having second thoughts. She wriggles, just barely, probably to fight the growing tension in her muscles. Not enough to ruin the drawing, though. From the corner of my eye, I notice a couple of the glances that we get. We probably don't look especially out of place, but more like hapless tourists who get conned into something. I guess we are, to an extent. I wouldn't mind, except that we also look ridiculous being stuck together like nearly Siamese twins. Our artist draws with long, swift strokes. Though I can't see what he's doing, he appears confident. Hopefully the result is worth the discomfort. And the $30. I'm nearly at my breaking point when he finally leans back and sets his pencils aside.
Done.
Marina peels away from me instantly, leaving a damp spot of shared sweat on my face. I rub at it as I follow her, more slowly, to see the results. As she cranes around the easel to look, I watch her expression go from excited to overjoyed. A smile widens into a grin as she grasps the drawing into her hands, in her hands.
Amber, look! It's us!
Ah! You don't say! Oof. She flips it around so I can see. I don't really like. This is weird. This is sehr weird. It's us. The first thing I notice is my boobs. They're a lot larger than in real life. Same with Marina's. Kinda. Other than that, the drawing's cartoony. More recognizable, but our features are exaggerated. Marina's eyes are almost comically huge. I mean, just like real life? In contrast, the buildings behind us in the drawing are sharply defined and realistic. Clutching the paper to her chest, Marina sighs a contented smile.
Thank you so much!
The artist wipes his sweaty palms on his shorts as he stands.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Oof. And he looks at me expectantly. With a sigh, I pull out my wallet and pass him a pair of wrinkled bills. I pass it to him with a nod.
Y'all have a lovely day now.
With that, he slouches down again and pulls out a cheap-looking paperback novel. The drawing is still close to Marina's chest, like a priceless artifact. Every few seconds, she holds it away from her and grins as she looks at it. That makes it worth the cost. Ich muss sagen, mit dem Bild wäre ich nicht glücklich. Es ist schon ziemlich, ich finde es ziemlich weird. Finally, Marina rolls up the drawing like a scroll and tucks it under her arm for safekeeping. We stand in the shade of the awning while we look up and down the road.
We should split up for a little bit.
Was? Was?
What?
I can't help but yelp. That was the last thing I was expecting.
Not for long. There's just something I want to do. And you can't be there.
Why not?
Shuffling in place, Marina looks away.
'Cause it's a surprise.
Mare, no. This isn't some small town. This is Las Vegas. What if you get lost? Or some creeper tries to mess with you?
It'll be fine, Amber. There's like 1 million people on this street.
Yeah, so? That doesn't mean anything.
I mean it. It'll be fine.
There's a fire in her voice that takes me by surprise. There's even a small spark in her eyes, like she's angry. My frown deepens.
But
Seriously, it's nothing bad, I promise. I just want to do something, but it's a surprise for you, so you can't be there.
Her face softens. Aber die Musik, die ist so unnötig dramatisch.
Please, it'll only be a couple hours.
It'll only be a couple hours, okay?
Marina, I don't know.
Of all the cities to split up in, this is one of the worst. Not only do we not have a way to contact each other if needed, but the people aren't the sort you can trust. If I leave her on her own, there's a good chance I'd never see her again. But the way she stands there, hands on her hips, looking determined, makes me not want to argue. I sigh.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean it. Just give me like 3 hours.
That's a long time.
You think? I tried to keep it short.
In 3 hours, she could be snatched into someone's car and well into Arizona, or California, or halfway to Reno. Ist Reno... Ist das ein Staat in Amerika? Das ist eins von denen, von denen ich nie gehört habe. It's irresponsible of me to let her go. But I can tell by looking at her that I don't have a choice. Sie gibt manchmal schon so leicht nach, aber mal schauen, was jetzt passiert.
Okay, fine. But can you at least stay on the street? It's a straight shot back to the Rio where we're parked, and so it'd be harder to get lost.
Marina nods fast.
That's fine. I heard he saw where I need to go. But you're not allowed to watch, okay?
Yeah. I'll probably just go back to the car anyway.
Now she frowns.
Isn't there anything you want to see?
Not without you.
Aw, Amber.
She kicks at the ground.
I guess we don't have to...
No, go on.
What?
Just be safe, okay? Don't do anything silly. I guess it'll be fine for a couple hours.
She takes the drawing in one hand and then hugs me tight. Then Marina leans up and kisses me on the lips. She pulls away before I can get into it.
Okay, I'll see you in a while then.
Right.
We stand there, neither of us moving. I sigh again and then trudge back down the road. I glance back every few steps, but she doesn't move. Instead, she watches me and waves. Okay, das ist ein bisschen weird. Kein Abschied für immer. Probably making sure that I keep good on my promise not to follow her. Okay. As tempting as it is, I'll let her go for now. 3 hours can't be that hard. Oh, you're in for a ride. I can see it coming. Right?